Hello everyone, my name is Mike, whatever, roguery is what I go by on a lot of my things. My username on here is Poogie. Yes, I know, stupid name, blah blah blah, got it in high school, long story. Anyway, kind of stuck, so yeah, anyway. This is my first ever web broadcast, video blog, whatever you want to call it. Kind of just came to me out of nowhere. But yeah, one of the reasons I'm making it is just kind of, fill you guys in on my life, what's going on, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so yeah, one of the reasons I'm talking really fast, by the way, is the fact that I recently got knee surgery. Had like multiple tears in meniscus, blah, 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 and some other crap that they evidently didn't tell me until after the surgery. Anyway, and yeah, I'm on some pretty heavy meds. But yeah, so pretty much make this video just to kind of fill you guys in on my life and who I am. First of all, like I said, my name is Mike, Gregory, Poogie, whatever you want to call me. I am 24 years old. I'm a bit of a gamer. 360 PC are what I currently own. I like Wii, PS3. I like the games, not necessarily the console. Deal with it either way. Some people are PS3 people, some people 360, whatever, blah blah blah. Anyway, so I love all kind of games. Role playing, first person shooter. Before you even begin to ask, I'm more of a Halo person than I am Modern Warfare. Never really got into the whole army thing. I play from time to time, but still. Mainly Modern Warfare, or WoW, just said no. Yeah, that's going a little crazy. Mainly Halo, primarily Reach, sometimes 3. Love Mass Effect series 1 and 2, can't wait for 3 to come out. Disappointed that Thane will not be in it, and I know there's been a big movement on Facebook to actually get Thane, like somehow cure disease, whatever, get him from Mass Effect 2 into Mass Effect 3, which honestly don't really see happening. Disappointing, yes, but oh well. Played Mass Effect 3 so many times on both characters, male and female, and still pisses me off that you can like get Samara to that very end where it's like, okay, yeah, she acknowledges that, you like her and blah blah blah, she likes you, but she's all righteous and holier than thou. Oh my god, I'm a Jessica, blah 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 blah. She won't get you with you, and it's like, oh my god, bitch, just fucking been. Anyway, yeah, moving on. Mass Effect series, Halo series. I also play WoW. For those of you who don't know, the acronym WoW is World of Warcraft. Horde, been playing since the very beginning. Like, I beta tested the very first one, and I've been playing ever since. Still play this day. On that note, actually, I want to kind of go into a little bit of WoW, what's currently going on with that, because they're coming out with this new thing called, this new expansion. It's going to be called Mists of Pandaria, I think it is. Mists of Pandaria, yeah. And pretty much they're taking a race that you have not known anything about, except for the original real-time strategy, yes, RTS. Except for the original RTS that you, like I said, you see them like, and they pretty much did that in Warcraft Frozen Throne, I think it was. Sounds about right. Anyway, they did in one of the Warcraft RTSs, which pretty much they put it in there just as a joke to be funny. There's tiny bit of lore about them. Way back in the day before all the other races showed up, evidently they were part of, one of the base races, blah, blah, blah. They got pissed off, left everyone, no one's heard from them since. Anyway, that hardly justifies, by the way, making an entire expansion about them. But pretty much what they're doing is they're making this whole new expansion about this entire race to that, makes no sense whatsoever. It's like, okay, by the way, this race that had no influence on anything, really, we're basing an entire thing off of. And it's essentially, they're making WoW from, well, like I said, I've been a member from vanilla to Burning Crusade, to Wrath of the Lich King, to Cataclysm, and now they're coming out with this one. And pretty much with this one, with each expansion, it's gotten worse and worse and worse. Yes, I've still played, mainly because, I really like the socialization aspect. But, one of the things that upsets me is that, okay, with Burning Crusade came the Blood Elf little epidemic. Like, once Blood Elves were introduced, oh my god, everybody wants to be a Blood Elf because they saw Lord of the Rings and they fell in love with Orlando Bloom when he played Legolas and blah, 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 and it's so damn trendy. Yes, by the way, that is a quote from Oxhorn, who is also a YouTube subscriber. I'm a huge fan of his. Actually, if you want, you go check it out. It's youtube.com/Oxhorn, I think. Anyway, pretty much they had the Blood Elf epidemic when that came out. And at that point, when Burning Crusade came out, and I believe up until Wrath, Blood Elves were the most played race across all servers, everything. When Wrath of the Lich King came out, it's all of a sudden, holy crap, they have a new awesome class called Death Knights. And I'll admit, I like Death Knights. I have a Death Knight personally. Death Knight tank. Blood tank. But yeah, they came out with Death Knights, and it's like, oh my god, everybody wants to be a Death Knight, blah, 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 blah. So that was like all you saw running around for like the first 6 months of it. And then on top of that, hey, guess what? You also have Blood Elf Death Knights. Awesome! Even better. Even after Wrath came out, Blood Elves, still most played race. And then they came out with, well, actually, on a side note, before I go there, with Death Knights, it was either you loved them or you hated them. People said that Death Knights sucked, but in my personal opinion, if you say that Death Knights really suck, then you're one of those people that just doesn't know how to play a Death Knight. Honestly. I mean, that's usually the way it is. I will also say on that note that if you say Paladin is your best class, then you are used to WoW easy mode. Paladins have always been OP. Blizzard has always favored Paladins. So if Paladin is your best class, then you are most definitely a noob. Actually, on that note, I should make another video about 10 ways how you're noob in WoW. Anyway, let's see, and I know there are more than 10 ways, but still. With Cataclysm came the whole, Worgen thing, pretty much putting in werewolves into WoW. And with that, it was like, oh my god, everyone wanted to be a Worgen, that was the second most played race. And with Cataclysm, they did lose a lot of subscribers. I think it was like around 2 or 3 million, something like that, because so many people said it bombed, because they went from, epic storyline of original WoW to epic storyline of Burning Crusade to, in my opinion, semi-epic storyline of Wrath of the Lich King to, okay, now we just got a big bully that, we have no endgame for. He's just going to go around destroying everything, and by the way, we're not going to let you beat him. The only achievement, in fact, that you can even get with him is, I stood in his fire. Awesome. Anyway, he's pretty much a big bully that just wants to destroy everything. But still, personally, I kind of like, the in-game aspect, not necessarily the storyline aspect, but the in-game aspect of, redesigning everything, having it take such a heavy toll, plus the time lapse. A lot of people are, debating on what they actually say the time lapse is. If I'm correct in recalling this, I believe Blizzard said it was around 9 years, 8 or 9, somewhere around there. Anyway, with Cataclysm, yeah, I tried Worgen. I like it. Alright, but not enough to say on Alliance. Personally, Horde for life, always been Horde. Woo. I do have Goblin, which also, by the way, came out with Cataclysm. Love the Goblins. Love them. And now they're coming out with Mists of Pandaria, where pretty much it's going to be Kung Fu Panda meets World of Warcraft. And by that, it's essentially, okay, we're giving you a giant panda, which, by the way, is going to be able to be played by both Horde and Alliance. Exactly. And that will be the first playable race that is on both factions, which, as they have it now, if you're Horde and you say something to an Alliance, they can't understand you. If you're Alliance, they say something to a Horde, you can't understand them. How exactly they're going to work in the mechanics of having one race on both sides, I'm not really sure. How they're going to work in the mechanics as far as lore-wise of, okay, why did this panda choose this side? Why did this panda choose this side? Wow, really? They're also coming in with a new class that is going to be a monk, accessible to both sides, which honestly makes sense. It's a class, but I mean, honestly, it seems like they're just coming out with another OP class that you had the Death Knights, which honestly, yes, they are OP. I don't care what anyone says. If you're playing a Death Knight and you're not, you know, always holding aggro as a tank, or you're not pulling, you know, awesome DPS. I'm not saying high DPS because I know a Death Knight isn't going to pull his highest DPS, but high DPS. Or, you know, if you're always losing in arenas, relative that your arena partner / partners are really good, then yeah, you're not doing a Death Knight right. But regardless, Death Knights are OP. I don't care what anyone says, it's true. Seems like they're they're plate wearers. There's plate, mail, leather, and cloth. And now pretty much they're coming out with the monks that are leather wearers. So it's like, okay, we're just coming out with another OP class that can, you know, be a DPS healer, and I think they said a May or DPS tank, and I think they said a healer. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Oh well, I'll look back at the patch notes later. Anyway, pretty much they're coming out with another OP class named Monk, where essentially, you know, they're literally doing Drunken Master and Kung Fu Panda meets World of Warcraft, which honestly is the epitome of the low of the low. I remember back in vanilla when, you know, you had 10 gold, you were fucking rich, you know, you were fucking king of the world. Like, 100 gold was nearly impossible to come by. Now it's like, by level 10, you're like, hey, I have 5 gold. Fucking bastards. You don't have to work for shit anymore. It's like, I remember, like, I'm not going to say that I genuinely like having to work my ass off for every single little thing, but I will say with how easy they've made it, how much they've nerfed the game, how much they've downplayed it to make it easier for little kids, it disappoints me. It's like, really, dude? I mean, come on now. You originally made this game for the hardcore gamer community. For the hardcore gamer community. Now it's like, oh, by the way, this is a all gamer, you know, whether you're a hardcore gamer or not, this is an all gamer thing. And because of that, you still have people who have been playing, you know, from Burning Crusade or even from vanilla, you know, the very beginning, who are still hardcore gamers. And then you have, you know, the other community of all around casual gamers that are coming in, and 9 times out of 10, those casual gamers are people, you know, 14 and under. I'm not trying to be like, you know, what's the word? I'm not trying to segregate them. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that age group playing games. But I think because of that, because you still have a very large community of those hardcore gamers, that it is very difficult to merge the two. Because, I mean, like I said, I play WoW. I'm on almost every day, you know, and I see way too many arguments going on, you know, about, and yeah, it's inevitable that there are going to be arguments. I know that. It's inevitable that, you know, this, that, or the other is going to happen, and, you know, someone's going to get pissed, and blah, blah, blah. But with those two age groups, you know, with those two different styles of playing, it gets to the point where it's just retardedly, yes, I'm not being politically correct because I'm not in any way, shape, or form. It gets to the point where the arguments get retardedly stupid. Like, retardedly pointless. Like, to the point of, okay, really? You're arguing over someone's misspell. Like, someone made a typo, and you're seriously getting in a heated debate over that? I mean, it's just something that both the combination of the age group as well as the casual versus hardcore communities, it's not really making a good mix, I guess you would say, meld. But yeah, anyway, kind of move. I'm gonna try and move on from World of Warcraft. So, also I am, like I said, I'm 24. I have been married. I have been divorced. I have a daughter. She does not live with me.